Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rinzie's Ultimate Decades Challenge. We're currently at the very end of the year 1319, and just like the last decade, we are finishing this one with a funeral, which I will get into right now. My last episode was a recap, so if you want a full recap of the previous decade or decades, you can go to that and then pick up over here. But yeah, the last decade was filled with a lot of loss, some good stuff here and there. Our heirs are doing pretty okay so far, but they unfortunately did lose Emmeline, who is their firstborn daughter, and we all mourned her loss. I won't get too into a recap just because I just did a really big one, but the last episode we left off with Joan giving birth to a healthy baby girl named Isabella, and then unfortunately finding out that her father, King Louis of Willow Creek, has passed away. And also, I'm gonna try to keep intros short, so I might do featured comments here and there, but not all the time because so many of you leave such amazing comments. But I wanted to pick out one that I had a few videos ago that stood out because this is where it led me, and it's from Khadijah Evans, who is also the creator of Miriam, and thank you for all that you have done for this series. But the focus here is on that last sentence that says, also crossing my fingers for at least a one-off Joan episode, because frankly she needs a break from being in a loveless marriage and a mom. Perhaps she can get an invitation to an event back in Willow Creek, and who better than Sir Crawford to escort her, and you guys have been rooting for this. So all that to say, Joan has made the journey over to Willow Creek with Sir Crawford. I don't know how I didn't notice this before, but Joan Crawford is such a hilarious ship name. So she's been escorted to Willow Creek by Sir Crawford. Unfortunately, she's the only one who was able to come. The kids, of course, had to stay back in Windenburg, and Cassian did not come with her. Arn will be attending the funeral. I won't have a huge funeral. The focus right now is just on Joan and her family. So yeah, and also for any House of the Dragon fans, I decided to name Sir Crawford Harwin Crawford, because why not? We love an Easter egg. So Joan is here. She is in her mourning attire, still looking beautiful. Crawford is here being professional, and here we have her family just having a private moment with King Louis's body. Realistically, she wouldn't have made it in time probably before he started decomposing or something, but whatever, this is The Sims, I do what I want. I'll have her come and mourn with her family. So here we have the whole Willow Creek family just having a private moment with Louis. Here's Isabel, and I aged up all the children and toddler. So here's Phil. Actually, didn't they have a younger sister? Okay, no. But yeah, here is Princess Marie and Prince Laurent, who is now King Laurent. He hasn't been officially crowned, but he is 18, so he is the current reigning monarch. He has ascended. He just hasn't officially been crowned. Marie is actually his twin, and then here we have young Prince Philip, and they're just having a moment here. And poor Joan, because, she's been doing okay, not terrible, kind of trying to be strong over in Windenburg and making friends with Sir Crawford. And she just had a healthy baby, so having all that trumped by yet another unfortunate circumstance is just so sad. And don't go cry in bed yet. And I like to think that King Louis had a really good relationship with his family. So I'm gonna have Joan go hug her mother. They were all pretty close, I think. The only thing is, when I aged up Laurent, he just has terrible traits. So that's going to be fun in the future. He's mean and materialistic, so that's going to be fun as the reigning monarch of this land. It looks like Sir Crawford came in to check on them, and the boys have left. I think Isabel is definitely taking this the hardest. Yeah, I'm just gonna have Joan come hug her mom. Because, I feel like Isabel is very strict with her kids, but there's a lot of love within this family. Oh boy, not the glitch tug. And I think she's just sort of asking her how everything's been. Maria's just not taking this well at all. I think after the way Cassian yelled at Joan. I think she's afraid to be open. Again, she doesn't exactly know what exactly the issue was. Oh, she's outgoing. Thanks, Mother. So, I think she's just sort of being vague, like, yeah, things are fine. The baby's fine. And she looks fantastic in that mourning attire. Beautiful. And here's Sir Crawford. So I'm going to let Isabel have a moment here with her husband. And I did get this castle from the gallery. Just changed a few things up. So I had these two just come out here for a walk because Joan likes to go on walks and whatnot. And by now they have established a pretty good friendship, I think. Yeah, it looks like their friendship has definitely improved significantly. So he's gonna go ahead and console her, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I feel like he's very quiet around the other royals, obviously. Like, he has a job to do. But they've become close enough to where, I'm not gonna say that he's crossing certain boundaries just yet. But he's just able to loosen up a bit more with her. And of course she allows it, She's going to ask him for some advice. Oh, friends in a time of loss. So she's really appreciating his company. Oh my goodness. There we go. And she's probably going to be like, what about you, Sir Crawford? Have you ever wanted children? Because I love my children. They are good friends. Wow. I wonder what the answer to that is. He would like to have children. I'm not saying that anything in that nature is going to happen, but friendly advice. So she appreciates the advice that he gave her. And, she confides in him. Let's worry about the baby's development because of all the loss she experienced with all her babies, with most of her babies. And she's going to express relief over having a healthy little baby girl who is back in Windenburg. She's probably having like so much separation anxiety from her kids right now. Like, she's always got them so close and stuff. Oh my god, they had a little hug. Oh, there's the lady in her underwear. But okay. All right. I feel like with all like the little walks they've had and conversations and stuff, there have been a lot of moments where they've like caught themselves in the middle of like getting a little too close and obviously stopped themselves because of obviously where they were. Anyone can catch them. Here they're in the privacy of her old home. And I feel like this area is like sort of like a little spot where she used to run off to. And they're really flirting it up here. And with all of that, and with no one here to catch them, I feel like they don't catch themselves. And they go ahead and just do the thing here. No, they're not going to do the thing, at least not yet. But I think it's it's a moment of, oh my, oops. He's probably very apologetic about it, even though they look very excited. And she's probably like, it's okay. We should head back. So it's getting dark anyway. So I'm going to leave these two here and head back to the farm as we conclude the year 1319 and finally head into the new decade. Actually, as we head into the new year, I do have to age up Isabella. So I'm going to have Butterfield assist me with that as we hit midnight. Okay, Sir Butterfield, come help with this baby as we hit 1320. Okay, so little Isabella is Wiggly. We have a bunch of Wiggly babies. Another baby with Cassian's hair. So the girls are looking like Cassian. Oh, and she is sitting right up here. Okay, so little Isabella not only has Cassian's hair, I think she has his eyes. Like, because he's got like blue with gold in the middle. And I think Arya also has his eyes. Yeah. And Jones are just pure blue, which is what Gavin has. So the girls are looking like their father. Okay, so nothing too crazy here. She is looking so pretty. Alright, so oh my goodness. So there's little Isabella. They probably call her Izzy or something. I don't know. But I'll go ahead and leave them here. Okay, so it is early morning in the first quarter of 13:20. The kids are asleep. James and Matilda are downstairs just having breakfast. Matilda is about to pop as well. And as for them getting caught, I feel like they definitely got home very late and worried Matilda and James sick, and probably gave some excuse that they got lost in the woods, but they made it out and they weren't too happy about it. But since, you know, they did raise good kids, I don't think they would suspect them to like do anything super crazy. But Mama's in her 3rd trimester, so she's about to have this baby. Super excited. I'm gonna have them go work on the garden. And when Margaret wakes up, I'll have her help as well. Okay, so James is heading to work, and he did get a promotion. He is now a talented carpenter. Good job, James. Okay, here comes Mags to help her mom. She's probably worried sick about those boys too. Ooh, she's reaching good mental levels. But at this point, I know it's been over a year since Emmeline passed away. So they've passed those parameters, but I think even with that in mind, these boys will still try to do anything. And Josephine didn't exactly tell them that there were any limits or anything. So they have yet to dig into poor Emmeline's grave here. But I love watching Margaret just help her around the garden. It's so cute. Also, I do want to keep building upon the farm. It's looked the same for a while. Let's have the boys come help with the animals as well. Oh, and there's little Charlotte. Let's have... Oh my god, Matilda's in labor. Okay. Shoot. Alright. Oh my god, there is I do want the kids to... I do want Charlotte to make friends as well, but oh gosh. Okay, so Matilda is in labor. I don't love that this is happening while James isn't home. Oh, little James is there. I forgot about him. Okay, James, why don't you go eat some bread and cheese so you don't have to watch your mother go through this. All right, let's see here. What's it gonna be? Oh, Matilda, James isn't here. You got this. This lady has been through so many labors. Okay, it's a boy. My goodness, another boy. So for a boy, I feel like James would have wanted to name this baby Leoric, because he grew to really respect Leoric. So yeah, it makes me a little sad, but okay, mother and baby. There he is. Here's our little guy. There's little Leoric Rolf. These babies look so terrifying. All right. Oh, Charlotte and Jonathan are really getting along here. Okay. Here comes my least favorite part. And Matilda's got a migraine right now. I'm so sorry. Super efficient newborn care. Hell yeah. I feel like I've become stronger. Okay, for Matilda. Okay, Matilda is fine. What about Leoric? No! Gosh darn it! Ah, they lost a baby. Oh, I'm so sad. But at least, I mean, this is terrible, but at least I did not get attached to this one. But naming him Leoric just to have him pass away makes me so sad. I'm gonna stop naming babies after other people. Okay, how did this baby pass? So he unfortunately passed away from SIDS. So just out of nowhere. Yeah, I've got to be grateful here because I've seen Let's Plays where a lot of these babies don't make it, and our heir has a good amount of kids right now, and boys at that. And also the first time I tried doing this challenge, my kids kept dying, so I feel like I've been very fortunate, but it's still so sad. And I feel like I don't want to put Matilda through more pregnancies, but I know technically for the challenge, but you know, you never know what's going to happen, obviously, as we saw with poor Emmeline. But yeah, poor little baby Leoric Rolf didn't make it, and James isn't home. So at this point, James and Matilda have had 7 kids. My god, Matilda is a champ. And poor mama is so sad. She's going to comfort little James. I need you to sweep. It's getting a little dusty. Just occupy your mind with some stuff. Ugh, and George can't handle all these losses. It's so sad. John is out here feeling confident. Trader Jacques, not right now, please. We are grieving. Okay, boys, let's keep tending the farm here. Not a single special egg, not even a hatchable egg. Okay. But we've got ingredients. George is gonna go fishing because he's pretty good at that. And gather some water as well. Look at our crops. Ooh, some ladybugs. Let's go collect them. Maggie and her little bugs. Okay, so I just added a few little changes. The windmill thing. This is a pool because I wanted to have like a little swimming hole. Obviously, I couldn't cover all of the border, but so that they could get in. But you know, this will be a nice little activity. I moved the archery range here because I extended this. And this is where, you know, Matilda and James deserve a little privacy finally. And I just gave them a bigger table. I figure once we can afford a loom, I'll put it in here. Maybe make this like a skill building room or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, just added a little more to the farm. A balanced meal. Someone said eating dirt was okay, but someone else said eating dirt will make you die. I feel like he had this conversation with both Margaret and George. It's really unhealthy, I guess. Like, stop eating dirt. Don't listen to your siblings. They're trolling you. George is catching fish. Why don't you use that as bait? Ooh. Another one? Oh, no. Okay, let's fish with some bait. See if you catch something bigger. He is a fishing connoisseur. James really is just a little sweetheart, and I love him so much. Ooh, George caught some trout. He is killing it. He is just like his father. Because I remember Elric could never catch anything. Here's Meg swimming in my fake pond. Why don't you do some laps? That should be fun, right? Yeah. It's a hot summer's day. Okay, James made some good money. I think we need to pay bills. We're almost there, but... There's Talia. Let's go say hi. Go introduce yourself. That's your new cousin. Let's make something. Maybe a little garden pot for Maggie. Maybe she can plant some flowers. That'll be cute since she likes hanging out in the garden and stuff. Oh, here are her ladybugs. She's like, Father, it's time to go sell some more ladybugs. Okay, so it's about 9 p.m. and the parents have fallen asleep. There's sort of like a change of guard type of situation here. And it looks like they are so scared. It's like, go here together? Because the ruins are kind of scary as well. But they're looking for this well here, hoping they won't get in trouble. Let's go present an offering. I feel like they might have dug into their parents' money that they need for bills out of desperation here. And they're probably like, whoa. He's looking pretty terrified of that. So obviously he's here and it's like this terrifying ordeal. The offering presented has been found wanting. The whispering wishing well is displeased and wishes are more likely to result in unpleasant outcomes. So that's not good. I feel like the wishing well told him that directly. So this is definitely odd for them. They're like, okay, we've never heard of a magic talking wishing well that is displeased. They're unsure about the result of this, but it looks like someone's walking back there. So let's have them go back home. Run back, kids, before your parents wake up. It's getting late. So the boys are back. Home and everyone's asleep. It doesn't seem that the well thing really worked, but I feel like George is still kind of optimistic. This is a very stressful ordeal for these kids as they prepare to desecrate little Emmeline's grave. And as they're crying, the ghost of Emmeline has appeared, which she has been haunting this dang house, so her presence has been here. So Emmeline's ghost has arrived here, and she's actually able to communicate with George. And if we have witches, why not spirits, right? So Emmeline looks pretty devastated. She does not look pleased with George right now. She seems to be freaking out. And, I feel like she was kind of disturbed, quite literally, when they started digging up her remains and was like, what the hell are you doing? And I think George is kind of surprised at the appearance of this ghost, so he's letting her know what his plan is. And I feel like she's not like fully there. She's obviously on another plane of existence here. She doesn't look too happy about the plan. She thinks it's kind of funny here. So she's letting him know, you can't freaking do that. You can't just bring back a dead person. It doesn't work like that. Usually something like this would come with a price, and if it isn't like something that happens to her on top of magic not being legal in Windenburg and suddenly having to explain that they brought back their dead daughter, and she's letting him know that you can't just call forth something from nothing. Like, there's always going to be a price. Yeah, unfortunately, they lost their youngest sibling just now, but if they tried to bring her back, who knows, they're going to have to pay with a life. So George is filled with guilt over not being able to bring back Emmeline, but she's trying to explain that you'd be hurting someone else for the price of bringing her back, which she isn't happy about. She's in big sis mode, even as a ghost. Yeah, and George seems to be a little like, I've got this, nothing's going to happen. And Emmeline's just like full on big sister mode, reprimanding him. And I think he's just full of so much anger, and he's so hurt because he's like, I tried to help you and it didn't work. Because when Dad almost died, Mom was able to bring him back. And it's because she loved him so much. And he's like, what if it means that I don't love you enough as a brother to be able to bring you back? And he's really just torn up about this. And she's like, you did love me enough. You were a great brother. We fought as siblings do. But, all the bad stuff doesn't matter. What counts is that, at the end of the day, we're a family. We always stuck by each other. And we've always loved each other. And she's trying to explain that Grimm has a design. Grimm was able to bring their father back because that was part of his plan. Just like Emily not coming back was part of his plan as well. And it's fine because she's over there, wherever there is, with Aunt Emma and the baby now, and she's trying to explain that it's just better this way because he's going to grow stronger from this, and that's what he needs. He doesn't need to dwell on the past or what could have been. What's done is done, and it isn't worth another life just to try to bring her back and for things to be even worse. Yeah, she's like, none of us want to be brought back. We're happy with where we are. And George bringing Emmeline back would just disturb that design and make things worse, essentially. So she's like, she's saying, like, basically she was able to come back because she was given permission. Because she had to warn him about, like, the dangers of what he and Jonathan were trying to do. And Jonathan's still pretty young. He's like 6 or 7 years old. So she's like, don't put him through that. Just keep living. This is just part of Death's plan. And just try to be a better person. And don't try to bring me back, please. Because that's not going to be good for Mom and Dad. And she's like, this is the last time we'll see each other. But please, take what I said into account and don't feel bad. You loved me enough as a brother, and that's what counts. And I think George is kind of like, okay, I think he's just overwhelmed and sad. He was filled with so much guilt and thought that this would be a better option. But I think he's saying that, the thought of taking another life in order to bring a sister back, that's something that's going to stick with him. So it's better to just reminisce on the happy memories. And here they go with one last little sibling tease session, and just letting her know that he loves her and he misses her, and that their parents miss her, and that she would have been such an awesome adult. So there you go. And I actually went ahead. I don't know what happened, but I had George go ahead and release Emmeline's spirit so that she could move on. And there's another pair of ghosts over here. So he went to sleep. He's exhausted. It's 5 a.m. So yeah, there's that lesson. Honestly, I didn't think it would be fair to bring Emmeline back, especially with Dominic gone, and poor Elric after everything he's been through. I mean, of course there are consequences if you try to mess with Grimm's design, so I think George will learn to be better from this as well. Okay, it's the next morning. After all that, poor George is just exhausted, so Jonathan wasn't there for the rest of that, so he's gonna have to explain what happened to him. But yeah, I do think that's the better option. Now, as for Cassian asking the lady about bringing people back, who knows what that was all about, right? And Margaret is also just none the wiser about what happened last night. As far as she knows, the boys have kind of just like given up on this whole plan. Little James is just out here minding his own business. He said, I am the greatest little toddler that has ever toddled in my life. And he is just so darling. And I love him so much. So I'm going to have Matilda try to fort. Oh, look at Margaret. Margaret said, I am unbothered, skin clear, crops blossoming. Oh, gosh. I'm just gonna enjoy the last days of summer before it starts getting cold. We love that for her. She is just amazing. Oh, George is he's like, move over. Cannonball. And Margaret's like, please, you are ruining my vibes. The water's fine, trusting the universe. The world is a good place filled with good people. Margaret is happy to call some of them family. I love this family. They love each other so much. Oh, Margaret said, I got tired of George splashing in there. She's just being goofy over here. Oh, she's such a goofy goober. I love it. George said, I'm over it. Here's one of the neighbor girls. One of the Kendricks. Yeah, let's go say hi to her. I don't think... Oh, no. George didn't meet her. And her name, because I finally looked it up, is pronounced Shifra. You don't do homework, Margaret. You're not in school. So yeah, this is Shifra, not Siofra. I really have to, like, learn how to go... Oh, okay, let's change. So he's meeting little Shifra, one of the Kendricks. Let's get to know her. I really want these kids to just have friends here. Oh, they're really becoming little buddies. So he seems to be in such a better mood too. Honestly, I feel like what happened last night really helped. Ooh, let's clean this. Okay, James has made more monies. He's so burnt out, poor guy. Oh, Wallace's widow is here. Yeah, let's go say hi to her. Hey, I got a special gift for you. Aw, she barely knows us. Let's invite her in. Oh, George is talking to James. Let's talk about sibling. Like, I wish you could remember sweet Emmeline and what a great big sister she was. She was a pain in my butt, but I still loved her all the same. Their poor dad is so burnt out. Annie's having a midlife crisis, I think. Yeah. You know what? I'm pretty much done here. What did you give us? What is it? A crafted violin. That's so sweet. She was probably like, you know, Wallace heard from Leoric that James loved to play instruments. That's so sweet. Who's that? It's Gavin. Let's let him just go. So James has a violin now that he can learn how to play and get his loving music playing on. Miriam Rolfe has gone into labor. I haven't even gone to check to see if she's pregnant. Holy crap. Okay. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. They went and made a baby and everything. Also, I changed Elric's hair back to his original blonde, but I did find this accessory CC that gives him gray streaks. So I like that a lot better. But oh my god. Oh, Miriam. You are in labor. Do not do that, please. Whew. Okay, you know what? Let's just go ahead. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Holy moly. Guacamole. Elric is out here panicking and mourning. He's mourning Thomas. Elric, come be with your wife. It's okay. Oh, I'm crossing my fingers for Elric so bad. It's a girl! Okay. How about Sophie? one little baby girl. I cannot even believe it. Go rock your baby girl. Miriam, go pee. Kids. Oh no, the kids are convening. The kids are chaotic. Tell Catherine to calm down. Gregory, go to bed. What's Talia doing? Talia, go to bed. It's 3 in the morning, kids. Okay, Elric, come rock your baby. They had a baby, guys. Oh, he's probably so scared. Okay, now we gotta do the rules. I'm scared too, Elric. I'm scared too. Okay, let's cross our fingers for Miriam. Miriam's fine. Okay, Sophie. And infancy? Sophie's okay for now. Ooh, guys, Elric is a daddy again. Well, he's a dad anyway. He adopted his nieces and nephew, but he's got another little baby. Oh my god, he's gonna be so protective of this baby. I feel like this is definitely one of those moments where, like, he's just in awe of Miriam right now. Let's go give her a kiss. Wow, the romance isn't super high or anything. They didn't even have like a first kiss option, but aw, he's just so happy. Give her a hug too. Have a deep conversation, like express fondness. Be like, wow, you know, I never thought like I'd have another biological child again. Yeah, it's been so hard after losing everyone I love. Give her a hug. Like, you did great, Miriam. You did so good. We're so proud of you. Good job. That was such a shock. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see how she looks. No woohoos. She just had a baby. I know you guys are very flirty right now. But let's kiss little Sophie's forehead. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna leave it on that note. That's such a sweet way to end this episode. It was a little easygoing, little things here and there. Poor Matilda and James lost their little baby Leoric, but we had a surprise baby here, little Sophie. So, and Elric and Miriam are improving upon their relationship and just having their little family here. And then, of course, Joan is over in Willow Creek and had her kiss with Sir Harwin Crawford. But that's all it's been so far, so we'll see where that goes. I hope you guys enjoy it. We have started a new decade. We are halfway through 1320, and we have a few birthdays coming up, so look forward to that, I guess. So thank you as always. You guys have been so freaking great. I'm really looking forward to the next episode, so have a great day, guys. Bye!